Hello and welcome. My name is Erleen Tilton. I'm so glad that you have joined me tonight. And I'm really going to share with you a little bit of my journey. So as you look around, we can see that there's a lot of people that are experiencing health issues, children, adults experiencing depression, different types of emotional disorders, as well as pain. There's obesity, sleeping issues, energy issues. There's different things that we seem to be experiencing, right? And it came to my attention a few years ago, this statement, which really helped me stop and think what's going on in our world. When the National Mental Health Association said, the truth is that preschool age children are the fastest growing age group being prescribed antidepressants. And I thought, wow, what is going on? Why is this really true? So let me share where I started. Back in 1979, I had a breakdown of health, both emotionally and physically. I had a hard time getting out of bed, taking care of my children, and being a good mom and a good wife and a good person. I was dealing with a lot of emotional issues, no energy, no sleep, and I was always in pain, migraines, achiness, back and neck issues, joint issues. I had bad pollen allergies and depression, and I just wanted to disappear. And during this time, I had someone close that recommended a naturopath for back and neck adjustments. And so I went to him, and actually he was a lifesaver for me because he could see that I wasn't doing very well. And so he offered to do some tests, which was great. Several things came back that I didn't know I was experiencing, like low blood sugar and valley fever, colonitis, anemia. I was very vitamin deficient, very toxic in chemicals. So what he did was he put me on a plan that was able to turn my life around literally within about 6 months. But initially, this was really challenging for me. I faced two huge challenges, and I had to overcome these in order to be able to heal my body. So the number one challenge was that it was a huge lifestyle change. I had to basically adopt a whole different set of habits and patterns and new eating, new supplements, new routines. It was all new to me. But the second thing, I'm not sure which one was worse, was the cost. Investing in my health literally cost me about $250 to $300 a month, at least in the beginning, in these first 6 months. Now, think back in 1980 or 1979 when this started, this was more than my $241 house payment. Today, that would actually be about $850 to $1,000 a month in money. I actually am so grateful that my husband was supportive. He knew that I needed help. And he said, we'll sacrifice. We'll do what we need to do. We will do what it takes to help you get better. And this is what my new routine included. 4 things: healthy eating with whole foods. We did a lot of detoxes. We did whole food supplements. And the 4th area was what I called target support. These were the 4 things that he put in place for me. So, number 1, let's talk more about this, starting with whole foods. Now, back in 1979, if somebody would have asked me what are whole foods, I would have not even been able to tell them. I grew up in the country and we did have a garden, but you know, when you get married, you move into the city and the lifestyle is, fast foods and picking up what's on sale and whatever there is, anything went at that point. So going back and just looking at whole foods, which also includes even meats and proteins, to make sure that they're not, they don't have the contaminants, they don't have the growth hormones, they're not raised with all of these chemicals. And even your fruits and vegetables, there's a lot of pesticides, there's a lot of fungicides, and all of these things that are normally included in the process of growing foods. So it was getting away from all of that and really starting with foods that would really nourish my body. So as I mentioned, I didn't really even know that there was this big a difference. On the left is where I was mostly eating just packaged and prepared foods. And I was switched to a diet that looked extremely different. But here were some of the things that I have learned over the years. That diet on the left is what puts you in fat store or fat gain mode. It influences disease and it creates disorder and dysfunction. Where this diet on the right, the new one that I was adopting, put my body in fat burning mode. It influences wellness, not disease, and it creates order. You give your body the tools to have order. And I think sometimes we don't realize that there's that big a difference, but I did within that few short months. I had a choice and I decided that I would choose live foods so that I could be alive. And it really worked. It really worked for me. So what I started doing was teaching cooking classes. I loved teaching cooking classes. I was one that I enjoyed being in the kitchen to begin with, even when I was young. And so being in the kitchen was, kind of a fun thing for me. I enjoyed the cooking classes. People enjoyed it too. They learned a lot. They were making changes. And they just loved what they saw, but they weren't getting the results that I had. And I thought, why did I get such great results and why are they not? And I realized that I really needed to teach all 4 parts, that I needed to talk about whole foods, but I really still needed to teach detox, nutritional supplements, and target support. These all were really, really important. So here's one thing that I began to understand, that the cause of almost all dysfunction, disorder, and disease could be named in 2 things. Number 1, lack of nutrition or the need of whole food nutrients. Most people in today's world, they're simply just not getting enough nutrition. They're not eating right. They're not getting good whole food supplements. They may get a multiple vitamin or something, but it's not a whole food supplement. Most of it's synthetic. They're not getting the proper nutrition. And basically, this is what runs our bodies. This is the tools that we give our body to help it run effectively. And most of us aren't getting it. And number 2, there's too much toxicity. We are consuming chemicals. We are absorbing chemicals through our skin, through our cleaners, through our body care and skin care. We need to be consistently cleansing or doing detoxes, because cleansing and detox is what will get rid of those toxic substances that we accumulate, whether it's just diet or whether it's not even diet, whether it's all the other chemicals, even the air we breathe. We need to detox basically on a daily basis. That is a real important factor for both of these are for being able to keep your body clean and healthy. So I began teaching detoxes because in the beginning, what I did initially with this naturopath, I did juicing. I also did colonics. Now, colonics aren't that fun, but I had a lot of things in my colon that really needed to be exported. I did heavy metal detoxes. I did a lemon and juice fast for 3 days. Wow. If you haven't done that, I'm telling you, I think that was the hardest one of all. basically just drinking lemon and water for 3 days and nothing else. I thought I would never get through it. It was really, really tough. So this is what I realized though. If you really want to reset your gut, you must detox. You must remove all those toxic organisms in your gut, because a healthy gut means a healthy body. It all starts in the gut. And this is why detox is so important. I just barely had another Zoom meeting right before this one. And basically an older gentleman was asking, well, is it really that important? Yes, especially as we age, because if you have a lot of toxicity in your gut and you don't remove it, kind of like, think of a car. If you never change the oil, you never change the oil filter, an air conditioning unit. If you never changed the air conditioning filters, how long would your car or your air conditioning unit last? We know that this extends the life of our units and our motors. So how about our bodies? We need to make sure that we detox. Building with whole food supplements. Now, I realized that after I had gone through this, that it was the whole food supplements that had really pulled me out of this pit. I was eating good, yes, and I was doing the detoxes, but it was those whole food supplements that were basically my friends that pulled me out of that pit. My friends were those vitamins and minerals, the probiotics, the enzymes, super, super important for giving my body that extra boost to pull me out of that pit. And I talked to so many people. In fact, I talked to just a lady just yesterday that said the same thing. She says, I feel like I'm just in a deep, dark hole and I don't know how to get out of it. And I said, I know what you're talking about because I've been there. And those whole food supplements are really, really key in being able to give you that boost to get out of that pit where you feel trapped. And number 4, the target support. We sometimes have a little pain or we feel a little down. We are not sleeping as well. We have those seasonal threats and we need some help. So at that time, I was using the herbal formulas, tinctures, herbal syrups. I didn't know anything about essential oils, but I know that that's a real key in what I can use and offer today because they are so powerful. So I got excited. I thought I'm going to teach all 4 parts. And I began teaching full day herbal workshops. Now, to me, this was fun stuff. I enjoyed going out in nature and identifying plants, taking women out to identify plants. We created formulas and tinctures, salves, syrups, poultices. We did all kinds of things. And it was a lot of fun, literally. It was, like I said, a full day plus nature hikes and identification times. And I really enjoyed it. It was messy and whatever, and everybody else did too. But I found out after a certain time, I would ask and find out if anybody had done it, and they had really done very little of this. And I thought, why aren't people doing this? I mean, I'm teaching them. I feel like I'm giving them good information. We're doing it all together. Why aren't they doing it? So from there, I started doing 3-day mountain health retreats at our mountain home. And this was a great way to learn these 4 different parts of the program. We prepared all the meals. We learned all about whole foods. We learned all about different cleansing protocols, good supplements that they could use and order, and all about the target support. There was a lot of great learning. People got a lot out of it. But again, I found that people were not getting the same success that I was getting. And I thought, well, what is it that I have to do to help people get the same success that I was getting or that I got, and was able to really change my life? So I really had to take a look at what was the problem. and see if I could figure it out. And I really went on a search for several years. I mean, I was years into this, and I enjoyed teaching. I enjoyed what I was doing. I think people were learning, but they still weren't getting the results. So just before my last 8-week herbal workshop, I was introduced to doTERRA essential oils. And this was great because as I started doing this 8-week herbal workshop, and I started doing it in 8 weeks because people could learn a little bit better than just doing it all in one day. And so I divided out, and as I would talk about, well, in this herbal workshop, realize that this is all target support. If you have a cold, what do you do? And so we would make cough syrups and formulas for colds and flus and whatever. And then I would start introducing the essential oils. And I thought, well, for a cough, you could do lemon, there's On Guard, there's Breathe. And I would talk to them about these, and people started getting excited about it. They started using the essential oils, and they found amazing results. And the reason they were getting excited about it was because there was no work involved. People were saying, wow, well, why aren't you just teaching about essential oils? Why? We don't want to make all this other stuff. Just teach us about essential oils. And I thought, okay, that sounds like a great job. I don't have to go through all the mess of it either. So I started more concentrating on the essential oils and how that would help people. But it wasn't for 2 years later that I even realized that doTERRA had a supplement line. And once I tried the Lifelong Vitality Pack, I was totally blown away by what it did for me. I mean, it was just incredible. And then the other supplements that they had, I mean, doTERRA had a whole supplement line that I was completely unaware of. That not only did the Lifelong Vitality just support my body in ways that no other supplements really did, but the Terrazyme, we need enzymes. We need them to help digest our food. And I finally really had the support that my body needed, the probiotics, being able to help my body in replenishing that healthy gut flora that was so needed, and the GX Assist, the detox part of it. These were unique formulas. They were balanced. They had tummy tamers in there that would help digest them and take them to the next level. And they even included the essential oils that help them actually go to the cellular level. So that was the maximum bioavailability. And because they were clinically tested, they have been very effective. There was no guesswork. Instead of sending people out onto the internet and saying, just find something that looks like this and order this herbal or order this or order that, I had something that was really reliable that I could offer people and suggest to people. It wasn't guesswork any longer. And not only was I getting results, I could see other people getting results too. So this is where I got truly excited, because I felt finally these 4 parts were in place. I love teaching cooking classes, and I still do today. I love being able to help people choose healthy foods. To me, that was just a part of who I am and still is. But now I had that cleanse and renew part in place that was so necessary, and it was a missing component in my program for literally 30 years. So we had this cleanse and renew program that included the Lifelong Vitality supplements, but it also included the Terrazyme for good digestion. And then it had these components for detox, the Zenderkin complex, which really helped to detox those 5 areas in your body: your colon, your kidneys, your liver, your lungs, and your skin. and super important for detox. The GX Assist, specifically for purging candida, and so important. In fact, almost everyone that starts on this, the number one thing that they will say to me after the GX Assist is, I don't have any sugar cravings. Did you know that whatever is rotting in your gut is what you crave? So if you are eating a lot of carbs or a lot of processed foods, that is what's rotting in your gut, and that's what you end up craving. Have you ever heard of anybody saying, I'm craving broccoli? I need it every 2 hours. No. And it's because broccoli doesn't rot in your gut. It can't. It's got a lot of fiber and nutrients. And then we have the probiotics that actually replenishes that healthy gut flora, the PB Assist. Last but not least is the lemon essential oil, which actually pulls those petrochemicals from your cells, from your organs and tissues, and helps them to export along with your water. So it's a very good cleanse and renew program. In addition, the essential oils provide that excellent, reliable, and effective target support that we all do need at some time. And the best part is people get amazing results when they do all 4 parts, just like I did. And I've seen this over the last 10 years that I've been a part of doTERRA. I've seen people get results that I haven't been able to see beforehand. Even though I was trying to teach all of those 4 parts, they weren't getting it because they weren't getting it in the right way that I did initially and now that I could offer. However, to get the best results like me, you are going to have the same 2 challenges to overcome. First of all, there's a lifestyle change, and adopting a different set of eating habits and lifestyle habits can be difficult at times. It's really hard to let go of some things for life. And I didn't know really how to do this in the beginning either. I remember calling my naturopath about 2 weeks into my program, and I said, how long do I have to stick to this diet? It was just killing me. You know, I could see all those foods that I wasn't able to eat. And it was so restrictive, I felt. And he said, forever, if you want to be healthy. Now, that's not what I had hoped for or expected. But I did soon realize that, and he helped me realize that if I went back to my old way of eating, all those problems would come back as well. We are much more in charge of our health than we realize. And this was what I realized, that what foods I was choosing and the habits that I was choosing really produced the outcome that I either didn't like or that I did like and wanted. And the second thing is going to be the cost. You have to invest in yourself. And that may cost you between $250 to $300 monthly. But if you do this, even for 90 days, and better yet, do it for 5 to 6 months like I did, you will have complete body, full regeneration. I promise you, this will happen. If you can just commit to doing this, at least for 90 days, but preferably for 6 months. If you do it for 6 months, you won't look back. You'll keep on because you will feel like a different person, and you will like better the person you have become as you adopt these 4 principles. It really works. So let me help you take the steps in doing this like I did. The step 1 is to make the decision. I had to be all in. You have to be all in, at least for 90 days and more preferably. Just decide, make that decision that healthy is my lifestyle. I will be all in. I will do it. And I'm doing it for the right reason. Recently, in another setting, it it was discussed how important it is to do things for the right reason. If we are not doing things for the right reason, then we will never be successful. Number 2 is to assess the cost of your current habits. Now, this is a very interesting step, but I really, really am asking each one of you to do this. And I'll tell you why. First of all, about 2 years ago, I worked with a guy in his mid-30s. He had 3 young children, and he was on high blood pressure medication. And he said, I don't like this. I don't like the way I feel on this. I really want to get off of my blood pressure medication. Can you help me? I'm just ready to do anything. And so the first thing I did was offer him a wellness assessment, which I do with almost every person that I work with. I like to see where they are. What are your habits that's bringing you to today, to your condition today? What are those? And this assessment really helps these people understand that as well as me. So I asked him to do the wellness assessment. After we went through it, I outlined a program for him. It did cost about $250 to $300, and he freaked out. I don't have the budget for it. I can't do this. I mean, this is way too much money. And I said, okay, now let's think about this. You went back and you told me that you are not even drinking water during the day. Most of what you're drinking is sodas, and you drink several sodas a day. How much does that cost you? And he says, I haven't really thought about it, but probably around $10 to $15. And I said, every day? And he says, yeah, probably. And I said, times 30, what is that? He goes, oh, really? He was spending over $300 a month just on sodas. And really, that was the culprit to his problems. So he was spending money, and he seemed to have $300 for the problem, but he somehow didn't have the money for the solution. He didn't see this, but once he saw it, it made a difference to him. So I have found, as I work through families, again, they will tell me the same thing. Moms, dads, they see a $300 cost and they're going, I can't afford it. We're just barely scraping by. And so again, we sit down and I find out that they're eating out, 3 times a week, times all of their children, them and their children. We assess those costs, and it's $35 every time they go out to eat on average. And they're doing this 3 times a week, and times 4 weeks. In a month, they're basically spending over $400 just on eating out. But that doesn't even include all the convenience store drinks, the Starbucks, and all the other snacks that they're spending money on. And I have found that many times people are spending up to $600 or more on eating out, convenience store drinks, Starbucks, snacks. All of these things add up. And for some reason, it just doesn't seem like much money when it's just $5, $8, $15 here and there. People don't add it up. Once they do, it makes a difference. So I encourage you to really sit down and assess the costs of your habits and see if you can't look at the money that you're already spending on the culprits or the problems that you have and turn that around and spend it differently. Number 3 is get these items that you need, because as I said, the first 30 years that I taught this 4-part system, I didn't have the tools in place. Once I found the tools in doTERRA and they've worked optimally, this is where I have helped people find their best success. So if you're a member, Make sure you set it up on LRP because that's where you're going to get the bonuses and the free product coming back to you. And order the Lifelong Vitality Pack, or another option is actually the Daily Nutrient Pack plus the Mito 2 Max. Now, I will tell you that sometimes people have better success with this combination simply because they need that cellular energy support. And Mito 2 Max, the O2 means oxygen for your mitochondria and giving you that maximum ability to give your cellular engines that support. And I have found that this is an amazing formula filled with our superfoods, our antioxidants. There's no stimulants in it. It's just all good stuff that our bodies need. Of course, the Terrazyme, so important for digestion, the Zenderkin for cleansing, the GX, again, for that gut support, PB to replenish your probiotics, or the healthy gut flora, and the lemon essential oil. Make sure you get these items so that you can do that 30-day detox. Okay, that's step 3. If you're not yet a wholesale member, I really invite you to come on board, and I've actually put up a couple of links right here. Maybe take a screenshot of this. And I do have the last slide that you can get the screenshot if you don't get it right here, but that will include the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Now, if your choice is to do the Daily Nutrient Pack plus the Mito 2 Max, then there's a different link for that. But you can see that there's only $1.50 difference in the 2 different programs, and plus tax and shipping. Yeah, you're going to be spending around $250. Now, it's not going to be this as much next month, but you may need other items to actually support your body in those areas that are weak. And so if you need other support items, make sure that you email me, and I've given you my email address there. But let's help you become a wholesale member, and you can do that specifically with those links. And if you're willing to commit to being all in for 90 days and getting the products recommended, you will actually receive 5 incredible bonuses. Now, this is whether you are a member on my team or whether you become a new member. So here are the 5 bonuses that I'm going to gift to you. Number 1 is that free wellness assessment. Now, again, I feel like I have the best success with people that I work with by offering this wellness assessment. I actually can send you the link. You fill it out online. It comes back to me. We set up a phone call. We go over it. And then I set up a plan for you and you get started. Then we have 3 follow-up calls. As a certified health coach, this is really a $350 value. But I'm offering to give this to you for free if you'll just purchase the products. I learned with my naturopath all those years ago that he would rather me spend the money on the products than basically services. And I see the value in this. Yes, you could spend this money to get coached, but why not spend this money on the products that you need? Let's get the products that you need, and I will help you, and I will gift you my time. So in addition to this, I'm going to gift you my free ebook. This is the 14-day meal plan, and it also includes a shopping list. The reason that I'm going to gift you this, not that you have to start next week or tomorrow with this 14-day meal plan and do it, outline it perfectly. The fact is, so many people just don't know where to start. They want to eat healthier, but they just don't know where to begin. So this is just an idea that would help outline a day for 14 days. And then you can even repeat it if you would like to do that. But there's different desserts, dressings, and other food items that can help supplement your eating plan that I think that you will find very beneficial. And this is a wonderful ebook packed full of good recipes and information. I think it's 65 pages, somewhere in there. So it's something that I think you will find good value from. The third area is that I'm actually going to give you free access to my cooking video library so that you can actually see how simple it is to create foods that are tasty as well as good for you too. Now, I think a lot of people want to do a detox. They want to do healthy eating, but they feel like it's drab. They feel like it will be boring, that they're going to have to give up so many things. And you don't have to give up all these delicious foods. We just want to choose the right ones. And I teach you how to do this. And if you look at those foods right there, they're all grain-free, they're all dairy-free, they're all sugar-free, and they're all good for you. And to top that off, they all have essential oils in them. And the essential oils actually help support your gut, improve your metabolism, help you detox. They raise your energy, they support your organs in a way that improves your body's functions. So that basically is about a $497 value, and I have way more coming. I love producing videos that are really beneficial for helping you see how easy it is to make healthy foods. The fourth bonus is basically the Zoom calls and recordings just to stay connected and keep learning. Most people have a hard time doing this on their own, and I have found that most people literally will fail. If I were just to give you the ebook and say, go do it, you probably wouldn't. It's helpful to have a partner or a group that you are working with. This helps keep you motivated, it keeps you committed, and it keeps you on that path to success. So staying connected is a huge part of this. And I want to offer this bonus to you as well. Now, last but not least, for those of you who are willing to take action tonight, whether you just order or you newly enroll with that 30-day kit that I specified, you get the choice of either one of these bottles absolutely free. So take a free Terrazyme, which is what I often recommend the first month, getting 2 bottles of Terrazyme. The reason is if you start your day with it and take it between meals and with meals, you're really going to be taking 6 to 10 a day. And so you're going to go through it faster than if you were just taking it like it's recommended. So this is a really, really important item that will accelerate your detox program. The Mito2 Max, sometimes people would rather have that simply because they need good energy. And if you already have one for this month, you can use it next month. It's a wonderful product to have. So you get your choice. But in order to qualify for this number 5 bonus, you must email me a screenshot of your order by tonight latest to my email address, which is ask@erleentilton.com. You get these 5 bonuses for committing to the 90-day cleanse and renew program. You get the free wellness assessment plus the follow-up calls. You get the 14-day meal plan ebook and the shopping list. You get access to my cooking video library, the bonus Zoom calls and recordings. And if you order tonight, you get that free Terrazyme or the Mito2 Max. Basically, that totals over $1,000. And again, this is not for me. This is for you. I'm willing to gift all of these things to you if you're just willing to take the next step. And this next step is what is going to change your life. So why start tonight? So you can enjoy more energy, so you can sleep better, drop pounds naturally, dissolve major health concerns like I did, have better digestion, metabolism, gut health, feel happier, more confidence, feel more self-love and self-worth, and to be the real you. emotionally and physically. I knew all those years ago, I was not being the real me, emotionally or physically. I knew the real me was inside of me, but I couldn't be the real me. We all have the right to be the real people that we are. You are worth it. Invest in yourself. Make the sacrifice somehow to come up with that $250 to $300 monthly so that you can be the real you, because you are worth it. And I know that you will have that lifestyle change if you really allow me to help you and assist you on your journey. I invite you to start here now. Again, if you're a member, here are the items that you need to order. And if you want to become a new wholesale member and save 25%, you can see those membership kits there on the right and those links that you can get started right away. And like I said, if you want that number 5 bonus, you've got to start tonight. Now, new members, if you do have questions, you're not sure, you may need some target support, you may have some questions. As long as you email me tonight and say, I'm ready to get started, I just have these questions. Now, I'm not going to promise you that I'm going to stay up till midnight waiting for those emails, but I will let you have the bonuses if you will at least email me tonight. I hope this made sense to you. I hope that you were able to get something from this. And I hope that you will find the success that I found. And I know that you will if you really do the things that I am sharing with you and helping you to do.